Say thanks to Matt and Cindy.
Thank you.
Say thank you.
Emptied out my soul. You've heard it all before. Honest, but I know. Left these years ago. I was young and almost still could fill the void. We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love? What do we do to...
Good morning, guys. I had my cup of coffee. As you can see, the truck's warming up in the background. We are headed to go get Jess's car unfrozen. It's been sitting there for 4 months. And Montana's actually had a bit of, I'm gonna try to adjust this a little bit, so I'll have to hold it somewhere. There we go. A bit of ice issue. I don't know what else to call it. They got some snow, and then it got pretty warm, and the snow started to melt, and now there's just ice everywhere. So it should be interesting to see if we can get this out. Hopefully we can. But it is a beautiful God-given day today, and we are going to take full advantage of it. So it has been an interesting roller coaster. The between the ice and issues we had trying to get into the storage shed, which I will unfold that whole story sometime soon, and trying to get the trailer unloaded and into the little cabin behind us, which is where we're staying temporarily, and then trying to figure out housing and job stuff, one day at a time. A lot of prayer, a lot of hoping that, not hoping, looking for the Lord's guidance, and but we're doing great. We're doing really, really well. I cannot believe the trip is over. 4 months, a week, and right about 10,000 miles. That's pretty epic. But we're looking forward to the next adventure, whatever he has in store for us. And I think the hardest part for me is just trying to figure out the job situation. I am not a big fan of leaving my family for such long periods of time. I really enjoy working out of the house, and so I'm just trying to figure out how to get that going. And yeah, so my brain is kind of all over the place this morning, so I apologize. But for right now, truck's warming up, and the Jess and Matthew are getting ready to go, so we can go do her car, and then Matthew and I are going to get haircuts, and Jess has an evening tonight with her friends. So with all that, we will talk to you soon.
4 months. Car doesn't look too bad, but there's a lot of icy burn that was plowed up in front. So step one is to dig to the car. Phil's digging into the trailer to get another shovel, and we'll see if it'll start. Having fun yet?
What?
Having fun yet?
Oh no, my back is already hurting.
Guess we're going to Costco now.
Some really good friends of ours, parents had a little cabin that was vacant and told us that we could use it. So we have been staying in this cabin that we are so incredibly grateful for. Matt and Cindy, thank you so much for letting us stay here. It's not big. It's just a little log cabin, 1 bedroom, a loft, a bathroom and a kitchen. But it's all we really need right now. And we were using it as home base as we search for another place to live. Like everywhere in the country, the real estate market is just insane. And we just happen to live in probably the second most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. And at least the most beautiful in the lower 48. It's just so awesome here. And now the secret's out. It seems like everybody is moving this way. So that is making real estate really, really challenging. When a smaller community starts to grow like this, we just are not prepared. So we are really, really struggling trying to find a place that either is not just insanely expensive or will accept our family as is, including the dogs. So we're having to go a little bit outside the box in our thinking and maybe do some temporary moving around. So tomorrow we are headed to northern Idaho, to the Sandpoint area, Coeur d'Alene, that whole part of Idaho, and gonna go look at some apartments. It's not our first choice by any stretch of the imagination, but it'll get the job done for this season of life. But so that there's so much to this story, I'm forgetting stuff. But then on top of it all, we had this cold front move in, and it got down into the negatives last night. And I, haven't done it in a while. Forgot my extension cord so I can plug in my block heater on my truck.
So hello. It's dark where I am because I am digging in storage. In August, we got I think it's 10 by 40. We'll call it a 10 by 40 storage unit, and packed all of our belongings into said storage unit prior to taking off in our rig, as you've been watching, and traveling. So we got back to Montana and it's 6 degrees. Both of our vehicles are diesel engines, one of which does not have any block heater, and so that one really should be tucked in a garage at night. It almost didn't start this morning, but because it is a brand new battery, we got it to work. The other one, the truck that you've been seeing, didn't start. Had no prayer to start, had no interest in even thinking about starting. And with a diesel engine in cold weather, you need to plug the vehicle in, and we didn't have an extension cord because it was way back yonder, like way back behind that like box spring and bed situation. But we had a tower of boxes that fell down, so I've been fighting this for, I don't know, half an hour, and it's 6 degrees and I can't feel my toes. But I found 2 cords, one of which I feel like I'm a miner or something, or a mountain climber, because it's literally hugging my body. It's frozen in this tiny little oval, and I squished it over me. The other one I just chucked over there because I got to deal with a pile of boxes that, look at that, what the heck? Who makes a box that does that? Disappointed, but I will survive, and I'm gonna go find somewhere warm to thaw my toes out.
And we got up this morning, and I went to go start Jess's Beetle, which is a diesel as well, and it didn't want to start. And then I walked over to the truck, and it really wasn't going to start, and it was just too cold. Diesels in the cold don't really mix. So I finally got Jessica's car started, and then went to go start mine and realized that not only were my batteries toast, but I had a broken battery cable. And so then I spent the rest of the day fixing it. So luckily, my in-laws live right down the road, and I was able to give my father-in-law a call, and he came and saved the day and drove me around to different stores to look for parts. This material shortage has, just messed everything up. Everything that we thought we could find no problem ended up being, a trip to 27 different stores. Don't mind the exaggeration, but that's what it felt like, just to get, simple parts. But we got new batteries in it, got it temporarily fixed, and we will take care of it when it's not single digits or negative outside. Tomorrow we will load up in the truck and head west to go check out some apartments. So, in all of this, we have learned to trust even more in our Heavenly Father, and know that He has a plan for us. He's pointing us in a direction. Our job is just to go that way, and we will make it happen. So that is today in a nutshell. Well, actually, it's been the last little while in a nutshell. So somehow I'm going to try to piece together a video to kind of get you guys caught up, since we haven't done a very good job of filming lately. But I'm hoping to get more regular on it, and get it to be a habitual thing for us. So with that, I'm gonna go for the evening. The rest of my family's on their way home. They had church tonight, and then they had to grab something to eat on the way home. So they're gonna do that. We're gonna get packed, and we're out of here. So with that said, hope everybody is doing great. Stay positive, and know that He has a plan for you. Talk to you later, guys. So the adventure continues, guys. So as I said earlier, we left on early Thursday morning and headed up towards the Sandpoint Coeur d'Alene area, and Jessica had found some apartments that we could go look at. And not in a million years would I ever think that finding a place to live would be this difficult.
Or that an apartment would accept our dogs and a house would not.
And the real estate crisis, the way it is, man, it has just been... To say that we want it over is an understatement. So anyway, choo-choo train. We went up to the Coeur d'Alene area, checked out a couple apartments. One was called the Northern, and it was really awesome. Customer service was great. Top-notch facility. And that was on the north end of Coeur d'Alene. And then we checked out a couple others. They were okay. And then we stayed at a Best Western up in Sandpoint, right on the lake. That was pretty awesome. We all got to swim last night and sit in the hot tub. And
priorities.
Yeah, you gotta have the priorities, right? And I can't remember, what did we have for dinner?
We went to 2nd Avenue.
Oh, that's right. We had pizza.
Like
we had pizza for dinner last night. And got up this morning, and we had looked last night, and I saw a couple others in the Sandpoint area. And so we had a quick discussion, and Jess jumped on her phone and found a couple others, and we went and drove past a couple of them and found a townhome complex in Ponderay, which is just north of Sandpoint, just a little bit, that had some very new townhomes. In fact, if you look on the map, it'll just show a
grass lot.
Yeah, grassy lot, and
right across the street from a dog park, so that's helpful.
So we looked at those, and there is a Home Depot right down the street. There's a Walmart. It's called the North 40, which is a feed supply store, kind of like Murdoch's if you're from that part of the world.
Murdoch's or Tractor Supply.
Yeah, exactly, something like that. I think we might put an application for that one, see what happens. Oh, I think this area is absolutely gorgeous. I can completely understand why you go on the internet and you see so many people that fall in love with this area, because it is amazing. Between the trees and the snow and the rivers and all the wildlife, and even the people are so nice and down to earth and friendly.
They're chill. They're not like all like stressed out about everything.
You know, we went into the North 40 tack and supply store today and had a conversation with an older couple about their Irish setter for like 10 minutes. You know,
it was her birthday. The puppy's birthday.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So we're driving a new way home. Actually, this is kind of cool. We're on Route 200. We're gonna go through Thompson Falls to Plains and then over to the lake. I've never been this way. It is pretty awesome. I'm not quite sure why I never took this way before, but
because I never told you, hey, we should go that way.
But we are right next to the Clark Fork River. I think that's the Clark Fork, and
unless it changed, it was nearby the river.
Right on a 2-lane snowy pass road
with 0 cell service,
and it is pretty awesome. But we will head back, get into civilization so we can get some cell service, and just try to figure out the next steps. And I think that is it for now. So if we see anything exciting, we'll bring you back. Other than that, thanks so much for tagging along with us as we try to navigate these uncharted waters. I know a lot of you guys are in YouTube land, are in this same or similar scenarios, looking for places to live, or wanting to get out of your current scenario, or all of the above, or so many different scenarios. We are not blind. We realize that we are not the only people going through this stuff, and I actually think that is a little bit comforting, because you know that you're not doing something wrong. There's a whole bunch of other people in the same boat. So we will keep trucking, and eventually good things will come out of this. We are positive of that, and he will work his magic and unveil a life that we could have never dreamed of. So with all that said, have a good one, stay positive, and we'll talk to you soon.
So today was running around town to get chores done. We went and dug out the work trailer that's been buried in snow for a couple months. So I'm not sure how much information we have actually had time to share about our current living situation, but this is pretty much where we've been living for the last 3 weeks. And the driveway is, all it's missing is a Zamboni, honestly. It's kind of crusty ice, but it's incredibly slick. Pretty comical to get in and out of vehicles or watch the dogs play, but we picked up the work trailer today from where it has been resting while we traveled, and are attempting to get it into this driveway for the next few days. We've already had to get pulled out of a pickle on the ice with this trailer too. So trailers and ice are not amazing. They should not be used together, but spring will come and things will get better. So we're slid into it for a couple months, and then we came by our storage facility where we have the home on wheels, which was completely buried in ice when we pulled in 3 weeks ago. So here we are to park it in its new home. That was easy, pretty much straight back into a really fancy flat parking spot. And it's a slushy, like 57 degree. So much better than the 2 inches of ice that we came in on. So it's tucked in and we're off to do some rental evaluations so we can have a place to live. So we will catch you soon.
Well, good morning. Oh man, it's another day in paradise. That sounds really cheesy, but anyway, it is Tuesday morning. Yesterday we spent all day at a friend's house doing laundry and internet stuff, putting in applications for rentals and whatnot. And this morning, Matthew and I are headed out to go get a truckload of firewood so we can stay warm in the little cabin we're staying in. Been there now for almost 3 weeks and burnt through quite a bit of the wood that was there. So one, I want to replenish it, and two, stay warm for the remaining of our time there. So Jessica and Janelle are back at our friend's house. We didn't get all the laundry done yesterday, and so I dropped them off. They're going to finish that up, and we will pick them up before we go home and move all the firewood onto the deck. So that's about our day. It's going to be firewood, school, probably some more emails and whatnot. We are kind of in a holding pattern, waiting to hear back from the management companies on the rentals and see if we get accepted. And other than that, everything else is kind of in limbo until we figure all that stuff out. Anyway, that's where we're at, so we will talk to you soon.
Inside of the little cabin that we got to live in for a month. It's much bigger when our stuff's gone. Just a 1 bedroom, little bedroom in there, little bathroom, laundry room, and the best bedroom for a child is the loft. Dogs can't get up there, and they get to have fun climbing up a ladder every time they had to go to their room. So it was a little tight with 3 kids and all their stuff, but it worked.